Good afternoon, everybody. This is your hostess with the mostess, Maryanne Mooney. Maryanne number 2, I'd like you to join in the conversation and introduce yourself. Maryanne, I am speaking to you. Can you hear me? Let's try again, Maryanne. Can you hear me this time? Naomi, can you hear me? Can you hear me through your headphones, Naomi? Naomi's clapping hands, so I know she can hear me. How about now, Maryanne? Oh. Hi, Maryanne. Are you set up now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. All systems go. Now Naomi's offline. And that could be something I have done.
I think Naomi just stepped away from the room briefly. She needs to step back in. Otherwise I'm getting a cup of tea. Where's that gin and tonic you were going to give us?
Naomi, can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me now? I wonder what changed. Hello, Maryanne. Can you hear us? Try saying something, Marianne, so that I can see if I can hear you.
Hello, Joan, on this fine, gloomy Wednesday afternoon. I can hear you loud and clear. I'm sitting here writing up the instructions for the Yara group that I have got on the blackboard.
Oh dear, if we have these technical problems, imagine what it's going to be like with the Yara group. Naomi, can you hear but not, you can't do anything now? Okay.
How are we getting on down there, girls? Are we going to have a PowerPoint?
I know you'd love PowerPoints, Marianne, so I'm going to give it a go. So maybe you can walk me through. In the meantime, Naomi's trying to get access to her sound. She's going to log out and try again. So if I'm to get a PowerPoint, just let me know what to do.
Okay, to get the PowerPoint, you've got to go to one of the logos next to the white screen. Actually, I won't have it. It's usually down the bottom because I'm only a participant. But it'll be next to the white screen, so you've got A and the highlighter like this, so I can draw, but it's down the bottom there.
I'm just checking for it. I thought it might have been one of those little icons up the top. It says Manage Presentation of Content, Share Selected Applications. No.
That one.
Oh, really? Oh, I never would have seen that.
No. So now what you'll have to do, just cancel for a minute. You have to go over here to the security one, the zone alarm.
Oh. And we have to turn something off, don't we?
Yeah, and I'll just close that.
You
want to do a right click or a left click or whatever it is. That's it. And you want to
stop all in, no.
You want to
Here's a show live. Snooze firewall for 5 minutes and then go to it.
Yeah.
Hi there. Hi Naomi. How's it going?
Go to.
You've got it. Oh, well, I was CAV in the wrong one. Where is the other trial? There it is there. That's all right. Oh, that's the PowerPoint. Yep. Generating images. Continue execution. once it's up, it doesn't matter if that 5 minutes expires, does it?
You're in business.
Woohoo!
There you go.
Okay.
Hello there. I was watching an old episode of The Vicar of Dibley the other night where, you know, the old guy with white hair who's gay was doing a radio show, and he told all his listeners, of whom nobody in the village listened to, that he was gay. So that's what it feels like sitting in here by myself. Not that I claim to be gay. Anyway, bit of useless information.
It's much more interesting in here, but Naomi's frustration points are getting pretty high now. Do you like my PowerPoint? I don't really think my comments about that cartoon were very effective, but nevertheless, I'll just try going through the slides now.
I can hear you loud and clear, and the slides look good. And I wonder if the joke about that little slide, they just couldn't actually see it properly. I suspect that's why. But anyway, looks great.
Maybe we should make that bigger, because it is sort of cute.
Yeah, you wouldn't have any trouble doing that.
I think with this PowerPoint, this slide down, when we get towards the end, where we talk about government initiatives, it starts to get a bit dry. And perhaps for induction, we could skip a lot of that.
Yes, I agree. I mean, the point of the whole exercise really is to show them how this whole system works and that there is a PowerPoint. I mean, I suppose we should tape it. It's a bit of a waste of time, the taping, because the critical elements of the training happen long before we get to actually taping the presentation, but hey, what the heck. I mean, the reality is I suspect we'll probably only have about half an hour for the PowerPoint. I think we've got an hour and a half, but I think by the time they all get here, many of them will be late, but it'll take till 4 o'clock to get everybody loaded up and ready to go, do the presentation, and then by 4:20 to 5, we just kind of do a bit of troubleshooting and conversations. What do you reckon?
I agree. I really wouldn't want that PowerPoint to be any longer than half an hour anyway. And with the group that we'll be addressing, I think that they know a lot of those things, and it would be a little like getting an Eskimo, telling an Eskimo how to melt ice.
Absolutely. The other issue is that I got the email from Sue White today saying that 20 people have registered. Now, they're not all going to fit in this room, so we probably will set some of them up in the little library there, and they can connect to the internet. So we'll have groups of people all over the place. I mean, I hope to God some of them bring their laptops. And I mean, I'll have to get Terry to find out how many people are bringing their own laptops. And of course, the people who are going to be using Department of Education laptops, there's all sorts of firewalls, so they may not be able to get the Java stuff happening. So, I don't know. It could be very interesting.
It might be worth another email. Anita's just using this to...
Okay, so you're not, I'm not muted. If you don't have a microphone in there, then you're muted.
Anita's just trying to find the problem for Naomi. Perhaps it's worth getting in touch with Yarra Group again and saying, because there's been such a good response, for participants in the webinar that they, those that can bring along their laptop, please do. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get Terry to send out the participant link on Monday with the instructions that I forwarded to you earlier today, or CC'd you into, that I sent to Sue. Because Sue's response was, here's the participant list, but we'll leave everything else up to you. So she wasn't going to even forward on my email. Excellent. Anyway.
These things are sent to try us. Do you think that this is the best PowerPoint to use for that group? Or is it just going to be a little bit old hat for them, things that they already know about?
That's a question for Naomi. What do you reckon? I mean, I think they know all this stuff. I mean, it doesn't really matter what the PowerPoint is. It's the process of, you know what we could do? We could use this general, PowerPoint, but after a bit, when you think it gets a bit dry, we could actually put up the professional standards and get them to do a bit of a mapping. So what does this training today cover? Like just something like that. Get them talking. I mean, because obviously it's keeping up to date with technology will be one of them, and also, you know, a career development theory and so forth. Just to get them to the mapping and ask them how many hours they think they should claim for it or something. Just, I don't know. What do you reckon?
If that's the case, it would be good, and a good practice for me now actually, to take down the PowerPoint, or I don't know if you can overlay another file, say the professional standards. You know, we've got that sheet of professional standards, the single sheet, and then actually take them in, do a share the screen section where we actually take them into CPD Tracker and show them how to do that, and actually get them to physically record this PD. What do you think?
Yeah, excellent. Absolutely brilliant. I think that's a good idea. Really do.
That way it's really hands-on, and they'll walk away thinking, oh, I actually added some hours and I don't have to go back to school and add the hours and figure out how to do it, if they're not already doing it. If they're attending this webinar, they're not very technologically, you know, up with it anyway, so it might be worth giving them that opportunity. I'll just see now if I can bring up that file, if I can remember where it is.
While Joan's doing that, the issue for me was the green plug must link to the headphones and the pink plug must link to the microphone. And I had them the wrong way round, and so consequently was getting nothing.
And that's a bit of a trick with the, I don't know which one you're using, but with the laptop, you know, on your own computer it actually tells you you've plugged in the mic and you've plugged in the headset. Whereas when I plugged them in here, nothing was coming up to alert me to the fact that I had plugged stuff in. So, yeah, it's pretty, and I mean the symbols on the laptop are just so minute that it's the size of half an ant underneath the laptop, so it's not that easy. Actually, in some ways, it would probably be worthwhile to put a sticky label on the front of each of these computers with an arrow to mic and headset. That would make life so much easier, particularly on Tuesday.
It's not a problem when you use a USB one. It's only a problem when you've got two jacks.
Okay. Because I mean, again, these are instructions that'll have to go out on Monday. Obviously, they've got to bring their headset, or they have to buy a headset when they get here. And if they buy one of our headsets, then you'll have 2 jacks, because that's the sort of one we've got. But look, I mean, we can only do what we can do.
Are you using one with 2 jacks now, or are you using a USB?
I've got one with 2 jacks. I've got Joan's headset with 2 jacks.
Just tell them if they've got 2 jacks. The pink one is the microphone and the green one is the headphone. And if they are not receiving, then they need to check that. If it comes up Realtek. There's a little red trumpet at the bottom of your screen. If you click on that, have you got that?
This for Naomi?
On the right-hand side of your screen, there are 2 trumpets. One's got some little curves coming out of it, but there's a red one. Do you see that? Right on the bottom of your screen. Do you want a file or do you want a website?
I'm wanting to put up a file we have of the professional standards onto the screen now, and then I want to show them my screen as I access CPD Tracker.
Joan, you need to open up the website first and then minimize it along the bottom, and then you go over to at the top session and the icon underneath Tools. But you've got to have the website open first.
Thanks, Marianne. Is that for if I'm trying to get into that that document, that Word document that we have all the standards listed?
Yep. So what you'll have to have all the things open that you want to share at the bottom. So you've got to open everything first. Then you go to Screen Share, and then it'll load up, and it actually asks you what do you want to open, and one will be a website, and obviously one will be a Word document. But the critical thing is to have them open first.
Now I'm with you. I'll give that a go. Just give me a minute. I've got all that open, Marianne. I'm just looking for the screen share button. I guess it's up the top. I'll just go through and see if I can find it.
It's the one, see at the top where you've got File, Session View and Tools. It's the one underneath the Tools. We've got a computer screen and then a kind of a danger arrow.
Okay, I found it. I'm a bit slow. I think I'm remedial. Hang on, and I'll try doing it.
I can see. Well done. It's shared. I can see it. Well, woo, woo.
That's because I was scrolling, but would the participants be able to see this whole document, or do I need to reduce the size down a little, like that?
I can scroll. I can use my scroll button to center it, so that's fine. I can see it, and I can move it up and down. All right, now you've gone back to the PowerPoint, but you should be able to show me track my CPD as well.
So I've actually haven't gone back to the PowerPoint. I've gone to the other screen I'd opened, which was our site. And if I go into Member Lounge there, then I can show people how to get into CPD Tracker. Are you following?
No, all I can see is the PowerPoint. I can't see CPD Tracker. So I can see the Word document, but I can't see your screen, which would be showing the CPD Tracker.
I can only see the PowerPoint.
Sorry everybody, now I've only got half my screen, so I'm just trying to sort out what I've done. I actually don't have the whiteboard anymore.
I can see the whiteboard.
So can I, but it's frozen. All I've got is Career Industry Council of Australia slide.
Yeah, me too.
I've done something wrong. Naomi's coming to my rescue.
If you go to Tools and do the drop down there, it's got application sharing. That might be able to let you do whatever you want to do there. Okay, can you see my Blackboard Collaborate site?
Hi Marianne, I opened up the Blackboard. I'm just going to try and open up the CAV site now.
Did you actually see what I was sharing a minute ago? Because I clicked on sharing. Oh, here we go. Yep, you're there. Where's the mic gone?
I did see your Blackboard sharing, Marianne, to answer your question. I'm just trying to share the CAV site, which I'll have to open again. Hang on. How's that? Can you see that, Marianne? Oh, I like to see clapping hands. Just go through and see if it works okay when I access CPD Tracker. And so on. That looks alright, doesn't it? It does take a bit of getting used to. I think I'll practice. Yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to.